Hey, welcome back, y'all. Let's get right into it. If you've been doing art for a while and you haven't been seeing results, then my greatest advice that I can give you is to trust the process. You have to understand that this is not a race, it's a marathon. And you have to be in this for the long haul because oftentimes people get into art, they get into drawing, or whatever your creative endeavor may be, and they want to see those results fast. But here's the story: the results are often few and far in between, and it's a painstakingly slow process. You're not going to see great results overnight, and oftentimes you don't see any results at all. It takes a long time. So you have to trust the process. And it takes a while to develop your skill. It takes a while to develop good habits, and it takes a while to develop a sound foundation. Now, let's talk about that because sometimes, especially in this day and age, we look for results right away. And when it comes to creative work, those results often are few and far in between. And when you don't see those results, it can discourage you and even cause you to quit. But don't quit. Don't give up because you're in this for the long haul. It's not a overnight thing. And if you do see results quickly, then you're going to have periods of slow growth, or you're going to have periods where you're not going to see any growth at all. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that discourage you because that is normal. And I've been doing this for years. I've been painting and drawing for a long time, and I've gone through those slumps myself. Sometimes you have great periods where you're doing fantastic work that you love, and then there's long periods where you're doing work that you absolutely hate. And it's normal. You're going to go through that process. But through that, just know that you are evolving, you are growing, and you don't want to stop even when it doesn't feel good. You have to keep going. Now, if you're a beginning artist, there's a couple things that you can do to speed that process up and help you along. One of the things that you can do is you can work at one skill at a time. You're going to need a bunch of different skills, and those skills are going to come together and they're going to work together to develop your style and your sense of flair. So work on one skill at a time and get good at it. Take your time. Don't rush it. If it's shapes, then you got to work on shapes. If it's your observation, then work on your observation. If it's your drawing technique, the way you hold the pencil or pen or brush, work on those foundational skills first, because as you get good at one thing, you can move on to the next, and then you'll have a cadre of skills. You'll have a community of skills that you can put together that will help you develop your style, and that will help you view the world and see the world in a different light and be able to communicate what you view and see onto your paper. The other thing that you should do is you should look at a lot of different art. Look at different artists. Take notice of what you see, what you like. Take notice of the techniques that they use and try to use them in your own work. Try to mimic the artists that you love. And by doing that, you will take on their sense of style and you will internalize it, and it will become your own. So that's very important. You have to do those small things, those things that aren't glamorous, those things that are tedious. Do those things each and every day, and in no time you'll be up and running. The other thing is you have to develop other soft skills like reading, writing, learning how to communicate, learning how to talk about your own art, how to talk about your ideas. Learning how to do all those things definitely is going to help you grow in your work, and that is all part of the process. And a lot of times people just want to get into the juicy stuff like the drawing and the painting, but there's a whole lot of other skills that you got to learn that go along with that, that go unnoticed, and oftentimes we don't realize these things until we're on the back end. So don't forsake those things. Build up a strong foundational skill set. Build up strong foundational skills that is going to help you develop your style and for you to walk in a greater creativity. Now, the last thing I would say is to give yourself some grace. Don't get frustrated. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Believe me, I still make a whole lot of mistakes. And don't be afraid to experiment and put yourself out there. The good and the bad stuff, put it all out there because that's all part of your growing process. And as you get that feedback, both positive and negative, that is going to help you in your growth, in your evolution as an artist. I hope this helps somebody. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share. I love you guys, and I cannot wait to see what you all create.